Oh yeah, it's done.
And we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our beating hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, let it grow. And we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our beating hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, let it grow. And we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our beating hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, let it grow. About rainbows and what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is it the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La-di-da-dee-da-da-doo, la-da-da-da-da-dee-da-doo.
Thank you.
Upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Well done.
Welcome to Arlington Street Church, everyone. So good to see you. What a gorgeous gift it is to see all the glittering eyes among us, looking for magic in those hidden places, as Roald Dahl has told us. We are so delighted to have you here tonight and so excited to welcome you, and it's been delightful for me to meet new folks that I had not met before, so it's so good to be together. This is an evening that is about many things, but mostly it's about giving. And so I begin with this poem from Alberto Rios called "When Giving is All We Have." We give because someone gave to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it. We have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud and quiet, big though small, diamond in wood nails. Its story is old, the plot worn, and the pages too. But we read this book anyway, over and over again. Giving is, first and every time, hand to hand, mine to yours, yours to mine. You gave me blue and I gave you yellow. Together, we are simple green. You gave me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give. Together, we made something greater from the difference. If I've learned anything from my few months here at Arlington Street Church, it's that this community knows how to make something greater from the difference. And we are here to celebrate that balance of giving and receiving that is human relationship and the core of this beloved community. Hopefully you've already perused a lot of the wonderful opportunities to give to the silent auction and the live auction items listed in your program book. And I will later be asking you to give even more, so don't worry. And yet I need you to know that the giving that makes this evening possible begins long before we arrive through the great doors. It begins with everyone who has had a hand in making the evening possible, especially our faithful volunteers. Those of you who have chopped vegetables over the last few days, laid out tables, cooked those yummy little baked potato things, planned the design and decor for this beautiful space, created our banners and our programs, and made this evening truly magnificent with their joyful giving. So I'm going to read the names of our volunteers and then ask for a big round of applause at the end, so loud that if anyone's still in the kitchen, they can certainly hear us, okay? These are the folks we want to celebrate first. Our volunteer list. Rich Abreu, please stand as I say your name and keep standing so we can thank you all at the end. Tom Anderson, Don Belamo, Bill Briggs, Patrick Cooleybeck, Rick Cresta, Bruce Dallaire, Nikki Jerome, Sandy Dixon, I think Sandy might have gone, Roddy Emily, Ted Fitz, Jeff Fogelman, Wendy Gallo, Jairo Gomez, Eddie Garcia, Suzanne Garverich, Barbara Gindhart, Kate Heffernan, Tara Heffernan, Colton Hewley, Lucy Humphrey, Richie Larson, Eve Lauria, Sarah Mady, Art Nava, Rebecca Parkhill, Laura Pattison, Keith Perrin, Deb Ponce, Gare Reed, Philip Roberts, Connie Scanlon and Patrick Scanlon, Scott Schroeder, Barb Seidel, Betsy Shearer, Keon Silva, Darius Silva, Dan Simpson, Susie Slider, Missy Summers, Cody Storms, Cheryl Sullivan, John Teixeira, Emily Walker, and Robert Willette. Now, I bet you wonder how we got all those amazing volunteers. You do, right? We had this dream team working together on the planning for this evening since late 2024, thinking through to-do lists and envisioning the theme and messaging, soliciting auction items and planning the menu and drinks, all while staying within budget. These are the leaders who built this dream for us all, invited us into the magic. Liz Teixeira, Don Belamo, Rebecca Reed, Reverend Allie Jablonsky, Lois Hartsaw, Kel Alford, Danny Fournier, and our queen, Cheryl Terry. Let's hear it for this wonderful gala committee. And you probably noticed someone was missing. The driver behind this whole event, Fran, I need you to come up here. Come on up, Fran. We're surprising her. We'll see how she likes surprises. Our visionary, our loving taskmaster, our detailed planner, who's taking care of details still, our joyful presence, our most cheerful giver, our source of magic, and our teacher in the ways of believing in magic even through tough times, Fran Peterson. We have a little gift for Fran, made with the loving hands of Reverend Allie. This captures how we feel and hope will remind you of the marvelous work you've done for us. It says, "You are our magic." Thank you, Fran.
Thank you. I didn't expect that. I really don't like that. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. The Gala team has really worked really hard, so we appreciate everybody being here. Our theme, There is Magic and Change, was inspired by the many challenges and transitions we are navigating together. As Reverend Parisa guides us into new beginnings, we also hold tightly to the magic passed down to us by those who came before, people who poured their hearts into this beloved community. Each week, I find myself in my usual spot in the back pew, giving out candy to anyone who sits with me, watching, reflecting, and often gazing up at the Tiffany windows. I think of days gone by, both in my own life and within these sacred walls, and I see the magic in the memories, the resilience, and the faces around me. I talk about this community often to my family and my friends, And I tell them how you held me during the most difficult time in my life, and I see magic in that. I feel the magic when I talk about Arlington Street, and I feel it when I talk about the history of the church, the weddings, the memorial services, when I talk about coffee hour and the food that magically appears when we have celebrations. I talk about the care team and the hug booth way in the back, or as I call it, the crying booth. I talk about the dreaded archives and the many hands that help carry boxes from the basement up to the balcony. I talk about the beautiful music that we have every week. And I talk about the community coming together to celebrate Pride each year, and I invite my family and friends to celebrate with us. I talk about the side conversations I so often see between each of you, talking about how to love and support each other, and I see magic in all of that. I seem to talk a lot. Each Sunday, I watch people walk through the great doors, walk up to each other with a smile or a hug, a quick check-in on how the week was or how a difficult moment might be going. And in every one of those moments, I see love and magic. Tonight's celebration is not just about change, but the magic that lives within us and binds us together. We're so fortunate to have this community. Tonight, you're going to see a lovely video featuring our friends who believe in the magic that lives within these walls. And finally, I invite you to sit back and enjoy a few minutes with our new favorite magician, Ryan Lally. He's great, right? Yeah. He's here to dazzle you and make you smile and inspire you to reach deep into your heart and your pockets and to support this magical place we call home. Once Ryan has completely dazzled you, we will begin our auction. I encourage you all to bid on the wonderful auction items the team has put together for you. We are very fortunate to have Sister Stella from the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence as our auctioneer for the evening. And then don't forget, I haven't forgotten our own dearly beloved Reverend Beth. Allie, along with Liz, will do the honors of talking about Beth's magic here at ASC. But before all of this excitement begins, I'd like to ask Reverend Parisa to join me. Oh, how's that feel? How's that? You like that? Yeah. Okay, all right. First, I'd like to say, I don't know how you stand up here every week. It's like giving a party for people every week. But each week, you read us a poem. Who's reading the poem? Well, come on up. Each week, you read us a poem about change and resilience, love, grief, and hope, and laughter. And tonight, Kel is here to read a poem for you.
Yes, this is wonderful. It's a poem called Unity by Jennifer Pratt Walter. Unity. Ultimately, it will be the small things that unite us, how sweet this air is that we are all breathing together, or how magnificent the arch of these maples shaking their papery leaves, how beautiful it is that our eyes see the sun like treasure, set like treasure into the horizon day after day. How tenderly the bees tongue the flowers, how simple it could be for acts of caring to be spread upon the bread of unity like honey made from the wild clover growing in the lawn of our hearts. And this is for you.
Me first? Okay. All right, I'm going to try my best to read. Shoulders. A man crosses the street in rain, stepping gently, looking 2 times north and south, because his son is asleep on his shoulder. No car must splash him, no car drive too near his shadow. This man carries the world's most sensitive cargo. He's not marked. Nowhere does his jacket say, fragile, handle with care. His ear fills up with breathing. He hears the hum of a boy's dream deep inside him. We're not going to be able to live in this world if we're not willing to do what he's doing with one another. The road will only be wide. The rain will never stop falling. Shoulders by Naomi Shihab Nay.
Okay. Reverend Beth is our executive minister, and when we learned that Beth's time at Arlington Street would end at the close of our church year, we wanted to give Beth a piece of the gala, in thanks for all of the galas that Beth has helped with. Over the years, from cleaning up to setting up to answering thousands of logistical questions to helping secure donations and even donating a handwritten copy of one of her favorite poems, Beth has been a staple in our gala planning. Knowing how much you love poems and how much we love poems, Fran asked for suggestions of a poem we could present to you. Everyone had ideas, and even more people had opinions. How do you sum up someone who means so much with one poem? You can't. I suggested this poem because the man carefully carrying his son reminds me of how you care for us. Magic is such a fun theme, and magic can be huge explosions of show and lights. It can be stupendous and dazzling, but there's a different type of magic, one that happens in the shadows of pain and uncertainty, held up by tenderness and love, handling people with utmost care, never forgetting their fragility, never tiring of caring, even in a world with so many obstacles and so much pressure. Carefully handling one another in a world that can trick us into forgetting that we belong to each other. This quiet, vital work is the deepest magic of being human. And Beth, in that way, you are magic. Thank you for carrying us on your shoulders these 10 years. We will be carrying you in our hearts.
Thank you. So sweet.
The magic of Arlington Street Church is our community of love and truth. I have had the honor of attending this church for more than 30 years, since shortly after graduating from college and moving to Massachusetts. In that time, I have seen it through many physical transformations, from the restoration of the inside of our once dingy sanctuary, and now to the major outside restorations of the past years. I look forward to the continued transformation of our beloved steam heat. We're now going through a ministerial transition and a challenging time for our nation. But what has been a constant at ASC has been our community, and what a group of like-minded, open-hearted, and compassionate people can do together. We all know that we were the home of the first same-sex marriage in a church in 2004, and this was where my wife and I were married shortly after it became legal. Our son was born in 2006, and he was welcomed into this community and participated in the children's program downstairs for many years. We, as in our congregation, hosted the Massachusetts Constitutional Convention and the burning of draft cards. We supported the Boston Tea Party and Black Lives Matter. We posted a number of memorial services for our beloved congregants and for the victims of the abortion clinic attacks in the early 90s. We've been a community that shows up a lot. And so what about the love part? Reverend Kim embodied for 35 years that love is the spirit of this congregation. We were shown radical love and learned the difficulty and the importance of trying again and again to radically love one another and to show up for each other. To, as she said in a number of her sermons, see each other with the burnished eyes of love and delight, to polish the mirror of compassion in our gaze, to understand that we need one another and we are each other's harvest. The congregation became closer during the pandemic, whose main intervention, it seemed, was isolation. Instead, ASC turned that on its head and used Zoom to connect and grow in new ways. Kim and Beth brought the sanctuary into our homes every Sunday during those difficult years. Now, Reverend Parisa is helping us see ASC from an outsider's eye, with the ability to bring great love to the truths of this congregation, its building, and our needs. She tends to this community with a clear-eyed sense of working in our collective best interest and in faithfully serving the well-being of us.
I'm Sarah Folino.
And I am Josh Bookin.
And we want to share about the magic of Arlington Street Church. We think the magic of Arlington Street Church is in our covenant. A covenant is a solemn agreement or a promise from our hearts. And at Arlington Street, our promise is about our interconnectedness and the way that we want to be in relationship with one another.
Each week during the service, we say, love is the spirit of this congregation and service is our gift. This is our great covenant to dwell together in peace, to speak our truths in love, and to help one another.
Our covenant is our living agreement to come together in love and service for justice and peace. And these words that we say together each week are a balm to our hearts and our spirits as we struggle to make sense of a world that so often does not remember the deep interconnectedness of all beings, a world where injustice and violence are too often normalized.
The magic of our covenant welcomes us into beloved community, just as we are, as we allow its words to transform our fears and doubts into healing and hope.
My name's Philip Roberts. Some of you know me, a lot of you do. And I was asked to speak about magic at Arlington Street Church. And I'm thinking about it, that there is a lot of magic there. For me, it starts with connection, feeling connected to others, working on projects, sharing our faith community together, our covenant, all of that so important. And also, I was raised Catholic. I'm not anymore because I've been a UU for decades now. But it still drew me to Arlington Street Church, Unitarian Universalism, because for me, it's an alternative faith that seems to embrace all walks of life, all faiths, or no faith. And that's very important to me. So it, welcoming, accepting, questioning, and that seems to bring joy to myself. And it seems like a lot of others as we walk on this path.
The magic of Arlington Street to me is the sanctuary it provides, both in terms of the literal space and in terms of the opportunity to be in a safe space with my family, exploring some of the spiritual concepts that we get to explore. With two kids, we live a very full, fast-paced life, and a lot of life is planning today and tomorrow and the next day. And the thing that I was seeking that I have found at Arlington Street is the opportunity to take time to sit, to reflect with myself, to reflect with my family about the importance of spirituality and the bigger questions that we're all seeking to answer. So thank you to everyone in the community. Thank you to Arlington Street for giving us this space.
The magic of Arlington Street is security and community.
When we moved here last July, we really needed somewhere that we could be safe and know that we'd be okay. And over the 9 months, 10 months now, it's really been a place that we knew we could trust and feel loved.
Arlington Street has been a constant safety net for us every single week, every single Sunday. Even when we don't come in, people check in on us, and it's really wonderful to have that sense of community.
I was asked to speak at Covenant Renewal in 2013, the year of the marathon bombing. I remember walking down Boylston Street one Sunday shortly after the bombing and remarking that the only thing that determined whether or not I was impacted that day was sheer luck, and that I had no control over that. I wrote then that when I returned to the church, I not only felt a great sense of peace in this sanctuary, but that this was something that I could control. I can be part of something that is both healing to me and bigger than myself, and that brings together a community of people that I care for deeply and who care for me. Now it is more important than ever to be on the right side of history and to show what we believe in. To do this work, we need one another, and we need ASC to be here and to be thriving. We were given this generous gift of our beloved church by our ancestors, who experienced great challenges of their own, and we are called to be the legacy that allows it to be here for generations to come. And there is no one I want to do this work with more than you. You are my community of love and truth, and you are the magic of ASC.
Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic?
It is my great privilege to introduce our live auctioneer. Sister Stella is a member of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, a leading-edge order of queer and trans nuns. The sisters believe all people have the right to express their unique joy and beauty. Since their first appearance in San Francisco on Easter Sunday in 1979, the sisters have devoted themselves to community service, ministry, and outreach to those on the edges, and to promoting human rights, respect for diversity, and spiritual enlightenment. They use humor and irreverent wit to expose the forces of bigotry, complacency, and guilt that chain the human spirit. Boston is one of the many cities with an order, and our order has been a part of Arlington Street family for many years. We've supported each other's good works. So tonight, Sister Stella is joined by Postulant Florence and Sister Rosetta Stone, and I would like to welcome them up here to begin the live auction.
Alrighty, well, Sister Rosie is going to start us off talking about our history with Arlington Street Church.
Yes. So this afternoon I get a text from Stella. She's like, "You're coming, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." She goes, well, they asked us to do a little history about Boston and the Boston House on the Arlington Street Church. A little context, Stella joined us last year? Yeah, last year from the Oklahoma House. All right, so, yeah, well, no, thanks, Stella, for coming out. This is too short for a big nun like me. No, I'm fine. I'm just gonna lean so my chiropractor will get mad at me later. Oh, someone didn't catch the line about irreverent humor a minute ago, did they? So one of the interesting things about Boston, and we've been here, it'll be our 16th year soon, is amongst the organizations that reached out to us very early was the Arlington Street Church. And one of the very super kind of cosmic things that happened is what the Arlington Street community believes in, desires, wants, puts out there in the community aligns so closely with the sisters that it's frankly shocking. So we're welcoming, you're welcoming. You have so little judgmentalism out there, so don't we? Interestingly, you even get as dragged up as we do. This is the draggiest pulpit I've ever seen. Take that, Tiffany and Company. Although I will tell you, with your Pride upcoming, don't just trash that. That's gonna make someone a fabulous jacket. So you stitch witches out there, go pick up a nice, secondhand jean jacket or a light tunic coat and get yourself to stitching. You're not gonna like Mylar at the end, but it'll be really fantastic. I'm gonna put the challenge out there. If you're doing the Pride Parade, recycle that, okay? One of the things that I'm probably most proud of that we've ever gotten involved with the Arlington Street Church is something that Art Nava pulled us in years ago. We do Valentine card making for shut-in seniors. If you've ever come and done that, you know it's a few hours of us doing really bad jokes, stuffing you with candy, and treating you like slave Oompa Loompas making cards for hours on end. But the shocking thing that happens every year, other than Art lying how many cards we actually make, he always hides back about 50, we have not made any less, and even during the pandemic years when we did it at home, we have not made any less than 600 cards a year. All right? So anybody who's come to that, please do. I can tell you it subscribes like that. It gets posted and filled. So we might try to convince you to use the sanctuary if you want to get the undercroft, if we want to get more of the church involved next year. Another challenge. But we are also here. One of the things that the sisters do, along with community and organizing, is we help raise money for the community. And just because I'm a big bear does not mean I'm going to go around and grab you by the ankles and shake the money out of your pockets. Florence will do that. Oh, get to know Florence really well. They're, what are you? Oh, a nurse practitioner, has a prescription pad. Handy for people who are old like me and suddenly need a little something to get through the day. Anyhow, Stella, how many auction items do you have?
I have 7.
Okay, I'm gonna cut to Stella Art if you wanna cut me out.
Oh, I'm sorry. They did add it 2 extra. I have 9.
Math is hard, Stella.
I know, numbers, I hate them.
Another little bit of context. Stella is, as what we call a cart tart or a sky dolly.
Air mattress.
There's a bunch of other ones out there. Stella is the one that tells you to put your belt on, and if you don't listen to her, gets the air marshal to heave you out somewhere over Denver. It's a dream, I realize. It's a dream, Stella, that one day you'll just be able to open the door and heave someone out. But
into Salt Lake, yes.
What's a softer landing?
Just a bit.
All right.
Alrighty, folks. So we have some auction items to auction off. And by items, I don't mean items. I love these things. This isn't stuff. You're not jamming this into the back of your car. This is an experience. Every single one of these are people giving you time and a lot of Instagram opportunities. So, our first one, item number 1, is a lovely motel room for 2, not that kind, in Vineyard Haven in Martha's Vineyard.
Thank you so much, Sister Stella, Sister Florence, and Sister Rosetta. Thank you all for being here. Yes. All right, now everybody's got dessert, so sugar should help, keep us moving. Those little cups look delicious. The energy of this community is so powerful, isn't it, friends? Woo! Aren't we blessed to be in this great company? We have all felt the warmth of a hug from a greeter or an usher on our way into the sanctuary on a Sunday morning. Some of us have sat in the hush before or after worship and gazed out these beautiful Tiffany windows, felt the power and the magic of the generations of folks who have come, bringing their celebrations, their longings, their grief, their life passages to this space. We have honored the holy within us, among us, and beyond us in worship, and inspired, planned, and acted, as Sandy so beautifully said in the video earlier, for racial justice, women's suffrage, sanctuary for refugees, LGBTQ+ rights, environmental justice. We've opened our doors in times of crisis and gathered in solidarity when vulnerable communities are under threat. And underneath all of this, a very steady witness and companion has been with us. A heating system installed in 1887. Now, before its arrival, individual families would bring their own heat into these box pews. Their dogs, blankets, small buckets of hot coals from their home hearths. The height of the pews, in fact, is designed, and the doors, to keep heat in while still allowing folks to see what's happening on the chancel and at the pulpit. Our central heating system was a brilliant innovation in its time. It took us from individualized and chancy heat during what at the time were very long, I'm talking 2 to 3 hour long services, to being part of a network of buildings across Boston heated by a single source through miles of pipes under this growing city. District energy was the wave of the future in the late 19th century, and Arlington Street was at the forefront of that wave, along with all the others. Now, we've recently learned that our heating source from our energy provider is moving to renewables. And they are investing in their infrastructure to reach climate-friendly goals for all of their clients. So in order to live our values of careful stewardship of our natural resources, as well as the incredible resource of this building, we have some work to do. Our internal systems are in rough, even dangerous shape, my friends. So we're at the pivotal moment when the asset of this beautiful structure could not be more valuable in this dangerous time. As a monument to the artistry in these windows and architecture, as a gathering and organizing space for justice and for refuge for the vulnerable, as a beacon of inclusive community and living our values of love and service for justice and peace. I can't tell you how often it is that when I tell someone where I'm currently serving in ministry, anyone, not necessarily a Unitarian Universalist, they respond with a story about a gathering they attended or a life event they celebrated here. Our building's story is woven deeply into the fabric of life in this metro area. It is a treasure. Now, the heartbeat of this space is most certainly the people, this community. Joyful, faithful, strong, and deep. The heartbeat of the building's infrastructure, you know what I'm going to say, is its heating system, offering warmth to support connection in the many communities that call this space home. Vibrant arts initiatives through Agora, meal and food programs with Friday night supper and rice sticks and tea, support group for people with addictions, musicians, rehearsals and performances, weddings and memorials and community events, and certainly our partners at Anchor Church. Tonight, we're asking those of you who can to fund the reality, no longer a dream, we need it to be real, of the need for nuts and bolts work to preserve the heart of our building, the heat of our building. This will involve a lot of talk of pipes and traps and condensate tanks and regulator valves. And we will get the right folks who know what all of those things are on the job. But the most important thing for you to know is that your gift will make sure that we can sustain this community as a beacon of inclusion, justice, and compassion. So your support tonight ensures Arlington Street Church remains a sanctuary of warmth, history, and hope, where progress continues and community thrives for many generations to come. Thank you in advance for your generosity and your kindness. I think Sister Stella is going to help us with this part too, right?
All righty. So 22 and 135 could do 2,500, 2,000. 2,000 is our next graduated step. $2,000. $2,000 there. Okay, $50, we're good. All righty, so that is everyone here. So yeah, River win again. Yeah. What? And folks, with that short little flurry of motion, we have just given $18,000. That was a lot of money in a short amount of time. But hey, face it, we don't change the world, we simply change ourselves, and the rest of the world just tends to just kind of move around it, doesn't it? So,
Okay, this concludes this part of our evening. Now the fun part begins. Please join us in the chapel for lovely desserts. And Allie's favorite, the dance floor is open. Thank you so much.